G'day everybody. How do you know when you're in a marketing world or it's about marketing, business, money making? Not just for my sector, but for you as we work together. As when it comes to marketing and groups and sectors, they work together like all groups do. So, I want to talk about this plate here. Now, someone just said, why bother even making such plates if you can't even use them and stuff? Well, I want to let you know something. Well, you can. Depends on how you look at it. Feather there got stuck on plate once. Well, thank you for the feather, babies. Now, when it comes to marketing, you make things so you can make more money because marketing's about making money. It's not about making it right. It's about making it good enough to get the clients, kind of thing, right? To sell the product, right? Once it's sold, and to be good enough to be what you've said, it's true, and try not to talk about what they might find out about. Right? I don't know. Oh, that's your fault. All that kind of stuff. Marketing. That's how you make money. So I want to talk about this plate and a little bit of those two put together about connection, right? And where it all lies out there and has for a while now. Now, when it comes to these plates, you can buy them, you put a meal on it. They're there to use. They're throwaways, as they call them. You can get more of a thicker head. Just crack them just by wobbling like that. You can get thicker ones, more expensive ones, but you might as well just have, which is thick plastic plates that kids use, right? It's probably the best things to use when it comes to actually reusing things, but people don't like to reuse things. People are lazy these days because throwaways are designed for laziness unless you're busy, but you're usually not too busy when it comes to going out and stuff like that. It's not too hard to just do a couple little steps, right? Most of the time, it's laziness. As humans get more toys and have to do less, it's just a natural phenomenon. Humans will get lazier, right? And whinge about more stuff in lazier areas, right? Which is why you hear rich people go, oh, broken nail, and all these little things, and whinge about little things. Luckily, they don't have to worry about the poor people whinge about of how the rich got rich, which is their manufacturing, right? And so when it comes to these plates, what's wrong with it? Well, you'll give someone a plate, doesn't have directions on it, you know. We do have a lot of things that need schematics these days, doesn't it? But it should maybe have directions on it. A bit of paintwork wouldn't hurt, but that's just another tool that costs money that won't help when you want lots and lots of money to be the best in their field business. You got to be the best at tricking and deceiving and make it look good, right? That's how it rolls. It's been like that ever since Jesus died, pretty much, when it comes to a lot of things out there besides just marketing. But marketing's king, because if you get marketing right and deceive them right and all that, you'll make them all money quicker and be the king of the best at marketing. That's what everyone's trying to be. That's why the world's dying so quick, because that's the king. Let's turn the world into a product real quickly and make some money. Doesn't matter. And they'll be all thrown around over there, and you'll have a digital amount at the end who wins, and they jump on their spaceship and go to the next one. They're planet killers. That's what some would say. I even say it. Humans are mainly at. That's what they are. They go, well, we weren't here. Well, maybe we were brought here to destroy this planet. Pretty crazy, eh? And we do it in a way where we believe we're not even doing it and all this crazy shit. That's what you'd need. If you want to send something to a planet, they say you can send a robot that can go make itself there so it can kill them. Well, you can send a human. Send humans. More likely, in their program, they're more likely go to the planet killing way, and so that's the most, and then the way they think, and so the most will win, right? It's a bit like how a virus works. But anyway, back to this plate. Now, what they could have done, when they make this plate, people get it and they go, shit, I just showed you. So when people get a meal, they go, thank you. They'll have to get told unless they'll learn the first experience. So someone will lose a meal or something, right? More like. But you'll have to hold the plate like this. Or when you go to pick up the plate, you got to try to stick your fingers under there and under the plate so you can hold it here. Why do you want to hold it here? Because it's made properly there. But here it's not, right? It just looks good. Now, what they could have done is they could have done another crease line like that, all the way around here, a bit thicker. So it looks just like that. So that way it wouldn't have went like that when you hold the end, as it's just like paper. There's no support, no even round design. Sometimes you can have just as thin as that, but then round it and design it a little bit, as you see bridges and stuff like that, and how they upgraded from lots and lots and lots of poles to less poles and stuff like that. You should work it out, and I would have reinforced this lip so maybe even the lip come up to the side here and then come around, right, and fold it all the way around. And clipped on or made it a bit thicker. So that way, just a little bit more effort. you'll find in a lot of these areas, that's all it is. So it's just and you go, why didn't they do it? Why didn't they do that? As I was saying to Emma before, hey, why didn't they just do that? Are they stupid, Emma? That's what I was saying, hey.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess they're stupid. But I like to look at things and go, well, they could be that, but I want to look at the positive, like they're not stupid. So if they're not stupid, why would they do that? Now, I'm just telling you something, that perhaps they want them to break more often, crack on it so you can't see the cracks a little bit, just enough so they will have to be a throwaway. And not only will you throw the plate away, in a way, it defeats its own self. But some people just like to just do the same shit over and over again anyway. And it's about making money, right? And in the end, they might just flog this off and they'll say, sucked in you buying it. Did you learn something? Like I'm talking about right now. That's part of business, right? They don't have to be right. They're making products. Humans, when they make products, when it's business, it doesn't have to be right. And you go as a human, why is it like that? Look, I was just talking about, and you just lost your mirror. You just picked it up. Oh, fucking hell. Just got your only piece of cake. What the fuck? Why is it like that? Because of business. That's why. It's not because they make things right. It's about making money. Making an idea real quick. Everyone wants to be rich quick, right? You put that into the factor. Everyone wants to be this religion and they want to learn it quick because the quicker you learn the religion, the quicker you can move on in life, isn't it? In all sorts of religions, right? And the way you be and the way you see and do things. And that's how you guys roll all around the world. You're all competition, this stuff. You're all with the devil, right? The devil owns this, John, because the devil owns business, right? And business is, in the end, when you look at it, you go to business course, they'll tell you, you gotta walk like this, talk like this, show it like this, don't say it like that, don't show it like that, avoid this, create this. Now, when it comes to working together, now we get back to working together. So you'd say, why would they do that? Oh, they wouldn't have done that to drop the meal, because then we might not like the plate. But hang on. It's like a stock thing, right? Now I'm going to tell you something, right? Because I've learnt business to find out about it, but I don't like business. I like business so far, but then if you take anything too far, it goes bad, and that's what business is now. When you get into business, you're up against those people, and they'll come and crush you, right? But why would they do such a thing, right? Well, when it comes to connection, we'll say this business is actually a downfall to go, fuck, because they actually own a restaurant or a farm that creates meat. So you'd use these more at barbecues and stuff, right? And this is actually owned by a farmer that's local. So does that make sense now that you're dropping this local farmer's meat everywhere that he owns, he sinks, and now you got to buy some more meat that's more expensive than this plate? You get it? Similar tactics to that. And you go, oh, and then the person owns this go, well, I didn't know that. But really they did. And you know what that means? How I just said how that could happen to make more meat sales? That is smart. You get it, Emma? Yeah. And you know what? This shit is everywhere. Everywhere. Because you don't have one real leader that can even find out and talk about it. And then what? And then get rid of it? No. Your leaders are all too busy arguing, speaking about the same shit. You gotta walk like this, talk like this. Have you seen Wog Boy? Where they go, oh, you got to go to the printer and you got to smack it a bit and you got to do this, make it look like you're doing something. Have you seen? Remember that, Emma? Yeah. That's what they do. And if they go, no, we're not doing that, all you got to do is look back in history. So that's why we have history in time. Right? And why we record it, you can. And you look back and you go, well, that's what your previous one did, and that's what you do. And this one is about to retire, and you're going to bring another one to go, oh, that the guy's a cunt. But that's what you do. You don't care about what you call each other. Right? Definitely in the background when you go, look, it's just a game. But when you get in here, we're gonna make it look good at the start, and then we're going to say you're shit, and then we're going to give you a payout and go, shh. And then we're going to call your names later that you failed, but it's okay. You're going to live sweet. They'll forget about you. Remember the old saying, people go, oh, soon over time they'll forget it. We'll have another dickhead in so they can whinge about him in 4 years. So it won't last long. You get it, Emma? Yeah. That's business. Right? And then we get people busy enough so we can do this really easy. So they don't notice. And if they they do notice, like the ones that don't, we'll either shut them down, definitely if they're disability people and stuff like that, no bodies, right? Shut them down in all sorts of ways. You get rid of them, kill them, set them up, ignore them, right? And then you keep on trucking with your ways. So this dude helps the meat dude, get some money for the products, and guess who pays all the time? All the time. The sheep. The sheep do. That's why they talk about in the story about the sheep and the flock. Technically, when you get it right, the sheep should only be children. But that's not true. Because they keep adults as dumb as children. They grow up. See, some people grow up and they go, well, I'm an adult now. I'm 18. But that's not really an adult. Like I said before, when you go out the jungles, they have a course, a thing to pass. And you got to show that you can cook and clean, do this, be reliable, and this and this. And then as soon as you do that, then you're an adult. But here in the stupid business world, you're an adult when you hit 18, no matter what you know, right? And then when you get classed as an adult, even if you don't get taught by your previous parents, they'll punish you like one. So sometimes you have these bush people don't get taught by their parents, totally fucked over, become an adult now in this stupid world, right? And then go out, comes out of the bush, kills someone like it kills an animal, doesn't know, and then he gets locked up as an adult. But whose fault is that? Is it the one that killed? The one that grew up like that? No. Right, it's that parent. But then the parent will get away with it and creates another one comes out. Perhaps the investigators go, don't know where the dude come from. We'll just leave it at that and put it in the file. Right? So you add that to it, then you definitely wouldn't get the other answer. But if you get, where the fuck did this dude, why are they thinking like that? Hey, hang on, let's do this. But if they're in the poor bracket, there's no big money. They're not going to do that either. It's in the file bracket. But if that dude killed a rich motherfucker, or it's a politician, then they might look into it because there's more money into it. Story, business, connection to the business world. It's their religion. And once they get out of that, one day they'll build products. You can be a builder and have business too, but you don't allow it to take out. There's government systems that can stop that. But then when they're part of it, how can they stop it? When they're too deep into it, you think they want to get out of it, like the sinners that are murderers and shit and want to admit it? They'd rather just keep on murdering. They're too deep. It's sad, eh? In fact, the only thing you can do to fix such a problem is pray for a fucking virus to kill the virus. You get it? And that's why we have viruses sometimes. And then some people go, why do they get the virus? And I don't know. Maybe the good people should and maybe they don't. Maybe you think they're good people that they don't. But the best way to solve such a problem, if I had a computer and I was the computer guy, I'd be like, send the virus in there to wipe out these things that are unforgivable. They'll be small and they'll have the biggest drums. They'll be in pre-sections, but they're unforgivable. You know why? Because they can't forgive themselves. They can't admit what they are and be in shame and fuck off and heal or kill themselves or move on like a kid does when they feel like they can't. Or take the punishment of the jail. Or just go away. Like I've talked about. The least is you just hope they'll just go away. Like a disappearing fucking Hitler. All right? Don't come back. Don't do it again. Just go away. And you can live your life free. But they won't even choose that. I've sent that out to some people. I've seen some people taken off. They're the smart ones. If they can get away, they can live. That's their clue. That's their next chance. It's going to be challenging for them. But that's what healing is. And then when they go to God, they might get a second chance for your life or an upgrade and all that kind of crap. Because God will go, at least you stopped. You ran away. You went to live. That's gullible. You could have killed yourself. It would have gave you extra points. You would have had to do 10 years of your next life. A little bit less hard work. But, you know what I mean? But they can't. And what could enforce that? Right? You need something to help enforce that. That's what when you enforce something, you put out rules. So this is what you say to people. You fuck off. Don't want to see your face again when you go to invade a country. They do that. Right? You can live. But if you see your fucking face again, you get caught, we're gonna string you up like animal. So you better fuck off. But if you stay there, we're gonna do it now. In fact, when you fuck off, we'll give you a 2-year break. How's that? That's a deal. That's called a deal. That means they go, oh, we'll get 2 years. We can fuck off. They'll hunt. If they find us, they'll just watch us, right? So it gives us 2 years to find out what you say. Huh? It gives you 2 years. How's that for a deal? Or 5 years. You can make a deal like that, a leader. Right? Then after that, we find you dead. Right? So you take this deal, or you go for a battle now and die in the next year. right? Or we die. But most of the time when it comes to someone who's got a great force, someone who usually business people would usually take the fucking deal, right? But anyway, have a good one out there and see you later.